Russian forces conduct successful operations in Donbas. Crews of T-80B V-tanks from the 44th Army Corps deliver precise fire against concealed enemy bunkers, UAV control points, and the armed forces of Ukraine personnel, providing continuous fire support to secure the operational zone. Air defense units of the Vostok grouping maintain continuous surveillance on the southern Donetsk front. Incoming HIMARS rockets and Western-made precision bombs are detected and intercepted by Book M3 systems. Commanders highlight the system's extended range and multi-target tracking capability, underscoring round-the-clock protection of both frontline forces and rear infrastructure. From aerial threats to air defense, the scene moves to the Krasnoarmysk direction. A Book M3 SAM system of the Center Group intercepts and destroys HIMARS MLRS projectiles in flight. The engagement highlights layered defense in action, denying long-range strikes before they reach their targets. The pressure keeps coming relentlessly. In Stavropol Krai, the FSB neutralizes an individual preparing an attack. Authorities report the suspect offered armed resistance and had prepared an improvised explosive device intended for use near a Russian armed forces military unit. According to official statements, the operation disrupts a plot linked to Ukrainian special services, closing the sequence with a focus on prevention beyond the front lines. The sequence transitions to counter-drone innovation. Footage shows the use of the Russian interceptor drone, Intercept, also known as Yolka, successfully engaging and shooting down Ukrainian drones. The engagement reflects the growing emphasis on drone versus drone combat in contested airspace. The sequence starts near Kupiansk in the Kharkov region. Grad MLRS crews of the 68th Motorized Rifle Regiment, operating under the Zapad group of forces, strike a key movement corridor. The fire mission disrupts a planned rotation and ammunition delivery of the armed forces of Ukraine, cutting off resupply at a critical moment and locking pressure onto the front line. Next, Russian forces continue systematic hunting of enemy early warning assets. Footage captures a P-18 circular scan radar on the southern front being struck by a BM-35 strike UAV. The initial detonation disables the system through fragmentation effects, with a damage radius reaching up to 100 meters. A second sequence shows the radar being finished off after the armed forces of Ukraine personnel attempted to tow it away from the original impact site. A devastating strike unfolds in Zaporizhzhia. Reconnaissance drones identify a fortified UAV operator command post hidden in deep concrete shelters. TOS-1A Solntsepiok crews from the 35th Combined Arms Army are deployed, obliterating underground bunkers, equipment, and personnel. A Ukrainian T-64B V-tank is detected and destroyed by a Lancet loitering munition in the Borovo area of the Kharkov region, removing armored capability from the battlefield. As ground pressure holds, the focus shifts to drone warfare. A Geran UAV team detects and neutralizes an armed forces of Ukraine UAV command post near Zaporizhzhia in the Sumy region. The strike targets control rather than hardware, degrading coordination before drones can even be launched. The setting then shifts to Konstantinovka. After a landing, the surrounding area quickly clears, leaving parked vehicles exposed. Russian drones exploit the moment, striking stationary targets that suddenly become vulnerable once movement stops. The role of Geran UAVs expands beyond infrastructure targets. Footage shows their use against frontline rocket artillery. Multiple rocket launcher systems of the armed forces of Ukraine, including BM-21MT Striga systems near Vasilivka and Vampire MLRS near Katerinivka in the Kharkov region, are detected and neutralized, reducing firepower close to the line of contact. Night operations come into view. On January 20th, 2026, near Novo-Bakhmetyevo, a Rubicon drone operator detects the launch of a HIMARS missile. Maintaining pursuit, the operator tracks the launcher and ultimately neutralizes the HIMARS system itself, turning a strike attempt into a loss at the source. Attention then moves to a river crossing. During an attempted movement of the armed forces of Ukraine across the Seversky Donets near Shturovo, 3 FAB-500 bombs equipped with UMPK guidance arrive on target. The timing focuses on denying passage, turning the crossing into a stalled operation. Zaporizhzhia reports an impact. The exact nature of the strike remains unclear at this stage, with limited details available as assessments continue. Combat operations by Rubicon Center operators on January 20th, 2026. Strikes span multiple directions, including Donbas, Sumy, and the Krasny-Lyman axis, targeting the armed forces of Ukraine positions and culminating in the destruction of an M142 HIMARS MLRS. Objective. Control footage confirms the destruction of the armed forces of Ukraine Khortytsia R electronic reconnaissance complex. The strike is carried out by 2 Geran attack UAVs near the settlement of Stepne in the Sumy region, eliminating a key electronic intelligence node. An ATGM unit from the 14th Special Forces Brigade strikes an Armed Forces of Ukraine UAV control point in the Gul-Yapol direction, further degrading enemy drone coordination along the front. Combat footage shows the operation of a Gyatsint B howitzer crew in the Kherson region, delivering sustained artillery fire against identified enemy targets. Objective control footage documents an Iskander operational tactical missile strike against a concentration area of an Armed Forces of Ukraine missile battalion near Sazono-Balanovka in the Kharkov region. Technological superiority on display. Specialists from the Rubicon Center strike and destroy the armed forces of Ukraine vehicles, armored equipment, shelters, dugouts, temporary personnel deployment areas, firing positions, and ground-based robotic systems across the Special Military Operations Zone. That's all for today's update. Thanks for watching, and don't miss our upcoming videos.